Hello friends, welcome to Annamalai IAS. This is Sriram, and in this video we would be talking about physical geography in multiple choice questions form, where I would be covering the aspects of precipitation as well as jet streams, and we would be talking about coral reefs as well as rock formation and everything. So please make sure that you go through the complete video, which is in the form of multiple choice question, which would help you for your UPSC preliminary examination, right? So let's get started with the session, and this is second video on physical geography. The first question: in which one of the following is the highest Himalayan passes Shipkila located? Highest Himalayan passes Shipkila located, right? The options are Chandra Valley, A, B, Hunza Valley, C, Nubra Valley, D, Sutlej Valley. Mm, with respect to this, the right answer is option D, that is Sutlej Valley. That is Sutlej Valley. So, with respect to this formation, right, especially formation of Zojila Pass is due to river Indus, and formation of Shipkila Pass is due to Sutlej Valley, right? This is Shipkila Pass is located in Himachal Pradesh, so that comes under Zaskar range. So this is also one among the things that has to be remembered by you people, right? So let's move on to the next question. Consider the following: one of the above is an annual rainfall generally above 100 centimeter. So the annual rainfall is generally 100 centimeter and above, right? So there are certain places among which we have to select which place usually has rainfall generally above 100 centimeters. The options are Jammu Hills, Mikir Hills, Zaskar range, right? So these are the options that has been given, uh, points that has been given, right? So whenever we talk about the precipitation, right? So rainfall, especially in the northern, that is northern part, that reduces from east to west, and with respect to southern part of India, which reduces from west to east. That is one among the phenomena that has to be remembered. But this question is area specific, again, which is very difficult to answer, right? So with respect to this question, Jammu and Zaskar range, so that is point 1 and point 3, where the rainfall would be below 100 centimeter, and Mikir Hills, which is present in Purvanchal range, right? The Purvanchal range, that is Kabri Anglong. The other name is Kabri Anglong, right? Which is part of Purvanchal range. So where the rainfall is much above 100 centimeter, right? So the right answer has to be option B, that is 2 only. So let's move on to the next question. Consider the following statements. First one: glacial valley floors are fault and their walls steep in contrast to V-shaped valleys of many mountain rivers. Point number 2: unlike river valleys, glaciers at coastlines main road, their valley floors deeper than sea level, right? So I am using my phone, please bear with me. right? So that has been the aspect. Which of the statement given above is or correct? Point number 1, A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, D neither 1 nor 2. Whenever we talk about the glacial valleys, right? So glacier erosion, you have to remember about certain things. First and foremost thing that has to be remembered is glacier erodes bottom as well as lateral region also, which in turn creates v-shaped valleys. So that is why v-shaped valleys are formed. Even at sometimes glacier erodes below the sea level. So that is also possible. Glacial erosion takes place even below the sea level. So the right answer with respect to this question is option C. That is both the points are right. Both 1 and 2. So let's move on to the next question. Among the following elements, which one is in the highest amount in composition of basalt rock? Among the following elements, which one is the highest amount in composition of basalt rock? Right, there is some printing mistake with respect to this question. Please bear with it. Right, I would read the question again. Among the following elements, which one is the highest amount in composition of basalt rock? Right. So whenever we talk about this basalt rock, you need to remember something. So that is, basalt rock consists of, it is dominated by that is ferro magnesium minerals, right? So ferro means iron content would be much higher, right? So that is one thing. Let's go with the options. The options are aluminium, A aluminum, B calcium, C iron, D silicon, right? So the right answer is option D, that is silicon, right? So that is one among the things that has to be remembered. Basalt rock contains silicon, right? So basalt rocks are usually heavy and dark in color. This dark in color is due to iron content. That is also one among the thing that has to be remembered, right? So basaltic rocks are dominated by ferro magnesium minerals, which has very huge iron content. So let's move on to the next question. Consider the following statements. Statement number 1, the jet streams are located near the altitude of tropopause. Point number 2, the polar front jet stream is evident throughout the year, but subtropical jet stream is strong only during the half year centered on winter. Which of the statements given above is or correct? Right? So the question is about jet streams, right? So whenever we talk about just jet streams, right? So jet streams are located near troposphere. That is one thing that has to be remembered, right? And the breadth of these jet streams would be around 40 kilometers to 160 kilometers, and their thickness would be around 2 to 3 kilometers. So this is one thing that has to be remembered, right? So the shifting of jet streams depends on the position of sun to the position of earth, right? The position of sun towards the earth So that is one among the thing. And the speed of the jet streams depends on season, right? So it would be the speed of the jet stream would be much higher, so that would be two times that of summer season, especially in winter season. So jet streams would be much powerful in winter season when compared to summer season, right? So these are the points that has to be remembered before answering this question. So the right answer with respect to this question is both 1 and 2, right? So both the points are right. So let's move on to the next question. Consider the following statements. Nearly 99% of the total mass of atmosphere lies within 30 kilometers of Earth's surface. Point 1. Point number 2. The proportion of ozone in atmosphere increases to a maximum at 60 kilometers from Earth's surface. So this is point number 2. Which of the statements given above is or correct, right? So that has been the question. So with respect to point number 1, right? So you need to understand this one. That is nearly 97% of the atmosphere lies just within 27 kilometers, right? So that is why point number 1 is very much valid, right? So point number 1 is true. And whenever we talk about ozone layer, so which is within the atmosphere, right? So that lies between 20 to 50 kilometers. So that is also one among the thing that has to be remembered. UV rays, right? So are always protected by this ozone layer, right? So that is also one among the thing that has to be remembered. So point number 1 is correct and point number 2 is wrong, right? So especially whenever we talk about the that is ozone layer, that is between 20 to 50 kilometers, it extends up to 50 kilometers, right? It do not go beyond 50 kilometers, right? So that is why point number 2 is wrong. The right answer is option A only, 1 only, right? So let's move on to the next question. Consider the following statements. Point number 1, mid-Atlantic ridge surfaces above the sea level in Iceland. Point number 2, the San Andreas fault is a transform fault. So these are the 2 points that has been given. Which of the statements given above is or correct, right? So that is the thing that has to be answered, right? So whenever we talk about transform fault, right? Transform fault is nothing but colliding of two plates, right? So with respect to point number 2, that is San Andreas fault is due to collision of two plates, that is collision of Pacific plate and American plate. So that is why point number 2 is right and point number 1 is also correct. So the right answer is option C, both 1 and 2. So let's move on to the next question. Which one of the following statements is not correct? Option A, most reforming corals privacy temperature between 17 degree to 33 degree Celsius. Option B, coral growth is usually restricted to upper 25 to 30 meters of sea. Point number 3, coral animals belong to organism phloem, phylum Porifera. D, option D, coral animals live in mutualistic relationship with algae, right? So the right answer with respect to this question is option C, that is coral animals belong to organism phylum Porifera. So this one is wrong. So it does not belong to phylum that is Porifera. Instead it belongs to Cnidaria. So that is what they think, right? So that is why option C is wrong. It belongs to Cnidaria. So this is also one among the things which can be expected in your preliminary examination. So let's move on to the next one. So this is the last question of the day. Consider the following statements. Point number 1, the Walker circulation weakens during El Nino events. Point number 2, El Nino events often results in flooding in California. 3, during El Nino years, there are fewer hurricanes in Atlantic Ocean. Right? So these are the points. Which of the above given, which of the statements given above is or correct? Right? So you need to remember certain things about that is El Nino, right? So El Nino is temporary warm current which originates along the coast of Peru, right? So which is in Eastern Pacific Ocean. So that is one among the things that has to be remembered. And with respect to Walker circulation, so whenever this event happens, right, Walker circulation becomes weaker, so which in turn affects Indian monsoon also, right? So Indian monsoon gets weakened due to this. So point number 1, so that is circulation, the Walker circulation weakens during El Nino event. So point number 1 is right. Other than that, the other 2 points are wrong, right? So the right answer is option A, right? So in this video we have tried to cover the questions in the form of multiple choice, right? So which becomes very important. I have concentrated on almost all the questions which has not arrived until now in your preliminary examination paper. In such a manner, I have picked all these questions. These questions can be cut, copied, and pasted in your examination paper, right? So I hope you people enjoyed this session, right? So please do contact us for upcoming test batches. You can contact through phone or you can write to us at our email, that is annamalayarias@gmail.com. Wish you all success for your upcoming preliminary examination. Stay safe and do well. Thank you.